Ooh.
Yes, so the new year has officially begun and there's already so much to celebrate. At the Times Square ball drop, spectators from around the world attended to don novelty glasses, Planet Fitness top hats, toss confetti, and sing along to Old Lang Syne. And a lot of smooching, as you can see there. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm Corey Rose.
And I'm Jordan Chavez. Good morning, everybody. Did you give your husband a smooch before you went to bed?
Of course I did, but it was at 8:30.
Okay, well, you know what? Hey, never a bad time to give a smooch. Good morning, everyone. I'm Jordan Chavez. Celebrations across the country and the world went into late last night, including in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where this fireworks show was going on. Yeah, look at that.
So expansive, so much fun. And then back at home, if you went out last night to see the fireworks celebration in downtown Denver, the temps were not too bad. You can kind of see them off in the distance.
I'm
right
hiding
there.
them. They're hiding behind me.
It actually is a spectacular fireworks
really
show
cool.
at 9 and midnight. Our Katie LaSalle's tracking the very warm start to 2026. Happy New Year.
New Year to you both. Air smooches to you both. This January 1st, it is, yes, very mild. Last night we saw temperatures drop down to the 40s right around midnight, and we are right now sitting at 45 degrees in our backyard. Clouds have rolled in here over the Denver area and Eastern Plains. It is dry, but that is all due to our next system moving into Colorado. You can see over the past 30 minutes or so, we've started to see more widespread shower activity. It's light snow that's falling into Grand Junction, moving over portions of the I-70 drive, Rifle, and off to our west. But if you are taking the trip this morning to and from the mountains, dry roads currently heading up to Vail over a basin, and then we are bracing for some much needed fresh powder for our ski resorts. Thankful to see that. It's not a ton, but it's something. Dry conditions here for the Denver area and Eastern Plains. Could see a drizzle or two, a sprinkle possible embedded in that cloud cover. But overall, if you're heading out to Denver International Airport traveling this afternoon, we're going to be seeing temperatures in the upper 50s. The clouds will hang with us for today, but we have officially ended 2025. It was one of the warmest Decembers on record. We hit 65 degrees yesterday, 59 the high for today, 44 is the average, and those mountain showers will start to pick up steam, especially into Friday morning. So for tomorrow morning around this time, if you are traveling in and around the high country, be prepared for some winter driving conditions. Highs today, 50s and the upper 50s for Denver north and east. We'll talk more about those snow totals that we're expecting, and then if we do have any chance for seeing precipitation here across the metro area. I will tell you though, Jordan, it is going to be unseasonably warm as we get through this first full week as well of 2026.
I think a lot of people are going to be taking advantage of the outdoors today, Katie. All right, thank you. Well, while you're waking up to a new year, you're also waking up to 19 new laws that go into effect today in Colorado. 9 News reporter Lauren Scafidi is live at the state capitol. And Lauren, we got through about half of them the last hour. Break down the rest for us.
Yeah, we still have a lot to get to, Jordan. Happy New Year to you. Hope to make it a good year this year. So we got a quick overview for some of the laws that are going to matter the most to you. We'll start with business and workforce. There's a new law that goes into effect today that kind of spells out how someone can register as a veterinary professional associate in Colorado and clarifies when they're allowed to practice veterinary medicine. Another one defines what a mobile food establishment is, or a food truck, and when they're valid. A law makes adjustments to several state tax breaks and expenditures. And here's the tech update. This law exempts quantum computing and quantum sensing equipment from Colorado's right to repair requirements. Another law creates new rules for crypto ATMs, including required disclosures, electronic receipts, and a full refund for a customer's first transaction if the funds go outside of the U.S. Let's talk about child care and health care. This law requires child care application, deposit, and waitlist fees to all be refunded if a child is not enrolled after 6 months. Another law taking effect today allows health insurance-related communications to be sent, stored, and used electronically as long as they meet state electronic transaction standards. To wildlife and consumer protection, another law classifies bison as a big game unless they're livestock, making it illegal to hunt them without state authorization. We'll wrap with state operations and health coverage. A new law that goes into effect today sets new state agency procurement and disposal policies for certain items related to weapons. Another law, this is the last one, it updates state law to align with Amendment 79 and expands family planning coverage to include abortion care. And of course, you can go to 9news.com to see a full list of laws that go into effect today. Live at the Capitol, Lauren Scafidi, 9 News.
A lot to go through this morning and a lot to be aware of heading into the new year. Lauren, thank you. Also today, big changes are coming to RTD services for riders with disabilities. The shift comes comes after a judge declined to side with disability advocates this week who wanted to keep the current service model. RTD's Access on Demand program currently allows riders with disabilities to take up to 60 Ubers, Lyfts, or taxis a month, and RTD will cover up to $25 per ride. But RTD's board said the costs were really unsustainable. So starting today, the transit agency will charge a base fare for those rides and limit the hours the program is available each day. Disability rights advocates are now suing in federal court. They argue the changes violate the Americans with Disabilities Act. The judge declined to intervene before the changes take effect as the lawsuit continues.
Governor Polis has officially appointed a replacement for late Senator Faith Winter, who was killed in a car crash right before Thanksgiving. State Representative William Lindstedt will take over as senator for the 25th District, which is the Broomfield area. Lindstedt will serve the 2026 term. Then a new senator will be elected. But now a vacancy committee will have to fill the House seat that he is leaving. So stay tuned for that update.
9 News Investigates has learned a woman accused of abusing special needs children on a school bus is expected to plead guilty. Kiara Jones is set to appear in court next week. We have been following the horrific case that involved video evidence recorded on a Littleton schools bus. Kiara Jones was working as a bus aide when she was seen on video repeatedly striking children who were nonverbal. Attorneys for the parents say the abuse went on for months without the school district taking action until parents repeatedly pushed for an investigation. Jones has been out on bond since her arrest in April of 2024. This Monday, she is scheduled to go to trial, but we have learned she is expected to plead guilty to 12 of 13 charges, 10 of them felonies.
A former social worker convicted of filing false child abuse claims against an Aurora City councilor has been released on parole after serving more than a year in jail. You may remember the case against Robin Nicetta. She was sentenced to more than 4 years behind bars last May after filing fake child abuse claims against an Aurora City councilor, Danielle Jurinsky. Prosecutors say that it was an act of revenge after Jurinsky publicly criticized Aurora's police chief, who was Nicetta's partner at the time. Nicetta's case was delayed multiple times after she faked a cancer diagnosis to avoid trial. She was sentenced to 3 years probation for that lie. The Department of Corrections now lists Nicetta as an out-of-state parolee after spending a year and a half in prison. Jurinsky criticized that release in a statement on Twitter, calling the sentence insufficient and saying it, quote, highlights the need for justice reform.
The Trump administration is ordering a retiring coal plant in northwest Colorado to stay open just a day before it was set to close. Energy Secretary Chris Wright issued an emergency order requiring that Unit 1 of the Craig Station in Moffat County stay available until the end of March. Wright said it will boost affordability, but Democratic Governor Jared Polis argues it will raise electricity prices. That's because Tri-State, which operates the plant, says the facility suffered a mechanical failure, so it will need to undergo costly repairs to comply with the order. This is the 6th time that the Department of Energy has made a move like this. Wright also ordered 2 coal plants in Indiana, 1 in Michigan, and 1 in Washington State to stay open past their retirement dates, as well as a power plant in Pennsylvania that runs on oil. The control of the California National Guard is back in the hands of Governor Gavin Newsom following an order from the 9th Circuit. Following months of dispute in court, a judge ruled earlier this month that the Trump administration must give back control of the California National Guard to the state. However, a stay requested by the DOJ allowed the administration to keep control of the troops. Part of that request was not granted, and the troops were pulled from Los Angeles. On Tuesday, the DOJ submitted a document withdrawing their motion for a stay, and then yesterday, the 9th Circuit vacated the stay in the case, meaning the control of the troops returns to Governor Newsom.
Meanwhile, President Trump says that he is dropping his push to deploy National Guard troops into Democrat-led cities as he faces a series of legal roadblocks. In a social media post yesterday, Trump said that he'd abandoned the effort for now, but he said he may try again. Troops had already left Los Angeles after the president deployed them earlier this year as part of a broader crackdown on crime and immigration. They'd been sent to Chicago and Portland, Oregon, but were never on the streets as legal challenges played out.